Okay, good afternoon, sir. So I would like to present on my lab assignment 2A. So my lab assignment here, I'm going to start with octave again. Okay, before going to octave, let me read through the question first. Okay, the questions inside IPCV. Mm, Okay, it's inside lab and then under assignment, then yes, this one. So it takes some time. Again, my laptop is slow. So okay. So this is the question. So basically, we are doing on lab assignment 2A. So which is on Euler number to measure the number of holes in an object. So a sample will be given, and then we just have to make some changes to candy production. We're still using candy production.m. And the objective is actually to verify the usefulness of Euler. I mean, why are we using Euler number and what is the usefulness, the formula, and then the number of holes, and then we have to use num2 string to actually display how many holes are there in the image. So okay, for that we are done with the question. So I'm going straight away to modify the code. So basically now I'm using candy production. So candy production is the the main code. So I'm going to use I'm going to substitute this first of all to to different name actually. Okay, I've actually come up with lab assignment 2 dot jpg, and then I bring it here, control V. So so this is the picture that I'm going to use. So for each pause, okay, I've already done the copy folder and the rename file, candy production, and then save it to assignment 2a.m. So it's basically 2a, and then comment irrelevant code. So basically now I need to comment the irrelevant code. So for example, the first one is the 4 license of pauses. So I'm going to comment all the pause. So there are 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, and the last one, I don't think we need to do that because I think we need to use the pause. So after that, we need to comment the entire thing that we supposingly we have to do segment by segment. So as usual, so we have to put this, and then we end it with this also. Okay, so we are done with the, if you see all the one below here, it's already gray in color. And then the first, now we're going to read the input image. So basically, you need to know what are the input that I'm using. And I've already done that in Paint, and I brought it here already because I don't want to do that in Paint because it's very easy, not that hard to actually come up with shapes and colors in Paint. So I just have done that, and then I brought it here. So how do I do? I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to run this. Okay, if I saved and run, then I will automatically will display my image. So this is basically my image that I am using for If you see, this is an image, and I just randomly pick the color blue and yellow, and then in the yellow boxes, there are holes which is blue in color. So the first box uh, there are no holes. This will be my second one. So basically, you see, it will just bring me to the second one. This is the second one. The second one, I'm having 1, 2, 3 holes, and the third one, I'm having 1 hole, and the fourth one, I'm having 4 holes, and the fourth one has 2 holes, and the last one, which is the sixth one, has 5 holes. Okay, once we are done with that, and then now we're moving forward to segmentation. Okay, now we're going to go for segmentation. Control X, and I'm bringing to color segmentation, where I'm going to start. I'm going to drop it here. So for segmentation part, we are going to just run, and I'm already done with the visualization of reading input image. Now I'm going to do segmentation. I've already kept the only codes until segmentation. Now I'm going to run the codes. Okay, I've run the codes, and if you see, the color has become black and white. Okay, so the segmentation is already done. So now you have already I've already visualized the results for the verification purpose. So you can see black and white. And then of course the morphological operation, which also I can't be doing it here. We are not able to do the structuring element here, but then I think it's fine, because there's a very slight operation, because I'm not able to actually do the to remove large object which is too big, and remove the small object which is too small, and all those things, because I cannot do that. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to run that, and it works. Okay, it works. If you see, there's no much difference. It's almost the same. So I'm done with the morphological operation. So I already I already done with the visualization of the results for verification purpose for morphological operation. Now I'm going to go for further to the next one, which is on my binary features, which is on extract features part. Control X, and then I'm going to bring it here for the moment. Okay, okay, if you see, now this part is very important, because since we are doing on Euler, as our question says about Euler. So since our question says about Euler, so we are going to change this to Euler. Change the this part to Euler number. So why I change this to Euler number? Because of this, because since we are using Euler number for in-region props, if you find that in image processing toolbox, there are so many. We have area, like before this we used area for the first assignment, and we have perimeter as well. So all these things are being used under region. These are the things that we call as properties. So now since we are using for Euler number, you can press on this, and then you can just copy paste from here the Euler number. Euler number is actually okay, I just removed it. Euler number is equal to the number of objects in the region minus the number of holes in those objects. So basically, if an object that has holes, so the total number of objects, for example, one object minus how many holes in that particular object is equivalent to the Euler number. So so I think I give you the definition for that, because if it's in octave, I'm not able to actually find it I can't click on this to find it, because in MATLAB maybe you can ask for help, but here my help is all Google. So I'm done with this. So now for binary features, I change area to Euler number over there, and then I'm going to run this file. Okay, so I already have my binary features here, and also my image label. So basically now I'm going to go through my each and every image here to find out all the image over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this thing is working or not. So I'm going to do binary features like just now. Binary features. Okay, my binary features, if you see, is Euler number and image. So if you see here, it's Euler number and image. The purple one is brought it here. So now I'm going to see for Euler number. I don't want to see for image. I want to see for Euler number. So bind features. features bind features dot Euler number. So if you see the n is capital and then you times and then you bring it here, you put a semicolon and enter, you already have, you will not have the Euler number because we didn't we are not able to. So the answer is here actually. So if you see the Euler number is actually -4 because I'm only able to come up only one. So what we can do is maybe we can do with this bind features dot Euler number and then enter. Okay, so maybe because we are using only I mean I'm using the semicolon, so I don't display much here. So the answer is only here. There's only one only, which is displaying only the last one. So if I don't use that, so maybe I can display everything. So if you see my answer here, 1, -2, 0, -3, and -1 and -4. So uh if you see my image, the total number of image that I'm having is 6 altogether. So how do you want to know whether it's 6 or not? So you're going to see from the first one. Okay, if you see the total image, I'm a total object that I'm having is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when they have 6 and then I have 6 values here, so each values they have the Euler number is equals to 1. So I'm going to just copy this thing and I'm going to bring this to Excel. Control C. Okay. Okay. So to make this thing go wider, I'm going to make it wider so that easy to see. So I'm going to put here as Euler number. Euler number, and then here I'm going to drag this thing, the whole thing. So there are 6, so 1, 2 until 7. Okay, Control V. Okay, if you see all these got answers already. So we don't need all these answers, we only need the values. Okay, because when I type in Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, supposingly there shouldn't be this. Okay, okay, so 0, 1, -2, and then 1. Okay, so if you see according to it, so 1, -2, 0, -3, -1, and -4. So 1, -2, 0, -3, -1, -4. So it's correct. So all the Euler numbers has been displayed in the Excel. So now according to the extract features part, I already keep the codes until the extracting part. I want to check whether it's right or wrong. So if you see there are altogether 6 objects. How many objects are there? 6 objects. So object, number of objects, so I put number dot of object. So I'm going to make this thing also. Okay. Okay, I move it further. So number of object here is 6. Basically all also 6. Okay. And okay. So now we are moving forward to the next now we are moving forward to the next part, which is we're going to calculate on the number of objects, Euler number. So number of holes now. So whether it's tally or not, we're going to see whether it's tally. Number of holes, number of holes. Okay, number of holes here, it has to be equals Euler number minus the number of objects. So yes. So if you want to find number of holes, what you have what you have to do is number of holes will become positive. So we can do it here to make it easy. Okay, it takes time. Okay, you see now what we have to do. Now we have to do number of Euler number is equals to number of objects minus number of holes. Now we want to find number of holes. So the unknown here will be what will be so when you bring it there, so you'll still be number of objects minus Euler number. So if you see, this is our the way we're going to do, because number of holes will come here becomes positive and Euler number will be come here becomes negative. So number of objects minus Euler number. So now in Excel, what we're going to do is number of object minus Euler number. So there will be altogether B2 minus A2. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it all together, everything works. So if you see, it's so I think it's wrong because you cannot make it this way. So it's like Euler number minus so 6 objects and minus with the Euler number. So basically number of object has to be 1. It's just because why is it 1? It's just because all the values here, because we're going to find for each object. So basically for each object, number of object. So definitely we have only one object. So this part, number of holes is equivalent to 1 minus, because our object here is only 1, because if you see our object in here, not here, here. In here, our object here, there is only 1. So here will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So then 6 is basically the overall object, but 1 is we're going to count for each one. So this is one object, this is one object, this is one object, this is one, this is one, this is one object. So altogether there'll be only one object. So what are we going to do here is number of object 1, so it's equal to 1 minus Euler number. Euler number will be, so all the Euler numbers has been given and we made it all 1. So once we have done with that, so in our Excel you can see the number of holes. So there'll be 0, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. To make it tally, we can do this. Okay, I'm going to make it smaller so that it's easier to be seen. Okay. Okay, if you see here, this is the first one first object, and then the Euler number is 1. So 1 minus 1, there is 0 holes. The second one, which is one object, this is one object. So this will be the second one. If you see here, according to the line, this will be 1, and then the second one is started here. So this will be the second one. So the second one is 1, and then the Euler number is given is negative 2. So 1 minus negative 2 is equivalent to 3. So therefore, there are 3 holes here. And then this one, so where the number of object is 1, so this will be the third one. The number of object is 1, and then the Euler number is given is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So there's one hole. The next one is this is the fourth one. For the fourth one, if you see, the number of object is 1 also, and then the Euler number as given here is negative 3. So 1 minus negative 3 is actually 4. That's why there is 4 holes. Then this will be the fifth one. The fifth one has one, I mean, this is one object, and then the Euler number is given here is -1. So therefore it is all 1 minus -1 is 2. So that is 2 holes. And the last one, which will be there are 5 holes. How to get the 5 holes is because one object minus with -4 given Euler number and equivalents to 5 holes. So I think this thing and this thing really match. So I think what I've given the Euler number has given to me is right. So I've verified this. So it is correct. And the number of object is all one as usual. This is all one object. So we are done with that. Okay. So now we're going to make this thing big. Okay. So okay, we are done with this, and then I'm going to close this. So yes, this part we have done. So due to inactivity, your session will be expired in 5 minutes. Okay, so okay, never mind. And then next is this part, Control X. We're going to go further to the next one, which is until compute. So we're going to compute for before the loop, especially. So to get that, we have to put it here before compute, actually before compute. And then to get this, we have to change this because we're not going to use area anymore. We're going to use holes and the number bin features, and this is Euler number. As I told you, the formula here, Euler number has to be same. If you see this name and this name is the same, and if you see, as we know, number of holes here to find object holes is basically equivalent to number of holes, and bin features dot Euler number is basically the Euler number has been given to us. So now what are the thing missing is what are the thing missing is number of object. So if you know for knowing purpose, everyone have to know that the number of object here will be 1 for everything. So we will put 1 minus bin. Okay, so to make it clearer, 1 minus bin feature. So this will be the number of object minus the Euler number is equivalent to number of holes. Okay, done with that. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to save and also run. So I'm receiving the same image here. So I is equals to 6. Why? Because we have 6 objects. Okay, once we are done with that, next we're going to move. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move here. So we're going to take this comment, and then we're going to delete the comment because we are not going to use the comment anymore. Backspace, and then there's another comment here with backspace. And we're not going to find any average here because there's nothing related to average, because Euler number is basically the simple procedure is just minus. There's no average part. And then for 1 x equals to 1, then equals to total object. This is right. So it's basically correct. Figure 1, I'm sure bin features. Okay, dot I am image, it's right. Okay, just that we have to change if and else. We still need to use if and else, but we're going to change this where object holes, we're not going to use area anymore. So we're still going to use object holes. So it has to be same. If you're using hole, then here also has to be hole. If it's using holes, then it's holes. So should not use different names to so that the code will not understand later. So have to use the same name. And then average area, he have to make it different, where if you see if the thing is more than 2, then automatically we are going to use, now we are going to use grammar. So automatically we're going to use number of holes become whole, and if it's more than 2, then it should be holes. So now you're using singular and plural. So this part here, we're going to use there are. So always remember that you need to put this, and then you have to enter. You have to do a space bar so that you will not combine. And then And then now, what are we going to do? There are how many holes? So now we're going to use num string. Num2 string. So what are we going to use is we're going to come up with this part here. So this part here, we're going to use a num string. So num string, what are we going to use as num string? We're going to take this thing, the whole thing. So num string has to be in bracket, and then we're going to copy this whole thing because now we're going to find how many holes, right? So we have to bring number of holes as this, only this part, Control C, and then bring it inside the bracket, Control V. So we are done with that. Always remember that we have to put concatenation also at the end here, because later then we will have some problem in terms of the running part. And here we have to put holes. Okay, and then make sure that you have another space bar here to make it so that how to say, it will not combine together. So now we are done for title, for the number of holes. So there are, okay, R and S is because plural, so more than two will be R and S. And for this part, we have to change the entire thing to make it Control C and then Control V. Okay, this part we're going to use there is because plural, since less than two, and then whole. So we have done with that part, and we have done with the concatenation as well. So the spouse don't have to comment it because we're still going to use that so that we can do it continuation one by one. If not, it will just run like that, and sometimes it will out of time, and then you have to add some 15 minutes time. So I think it's better to do this way. Okay, so we have done with that, and then we have to save this, and then we run and see what happens. So there's problem here. Title, there is string object holes, and then what happened here? What is the problem here? So we're going to see that. So the mistake here is actually this part. Okay, now I try to copy and then run if it's working or not. Okay, it's working. So basically the bracket part. So now we are done with that, and then we're going to see one by one. So before we sing one by one, let me finish up this thing first, continue first until there are altogether there are 6. So okay, we're done. So now I'm going to move this side, and then we're going to see one by one. So if you see, we're starting from first. So if you see, this is the first one, and then as I told you, the number of holes is 0, and yes, the number of holes is 0. So the second one, the number of holes is 3, so it's valid. So there are 3 holes, and yes, there is 3 holes, and then 1 hole. Yes, the third one is 1 hole, and then the fourth one is 4 holes. Yes, it is right. And then the fifth one has 2 holes. Yes, it is right. And the last one has 5 holes. Yes, it is right. So I think this is the answer. So if you see, it's very clear. Okay, so then, so we have done with that, and after running all this thing, we have already done the entire part. Okay, total number of objects is 6. Yes, altogether there are 6 objects. Number of holes. Okay, number of object holes, there are 0, 1, 4 to 5. Yes, right. And then the images is altogether 6. Yes, and the answer is -4 because just now we did shouldn't be -4. It should be all the Euler numbers. So yeah, that's it. So I think I've already verified the entire thing, and then I've already done the Excel calculation, and as well as I already keep all the codes and visualization for results to the text to display. So basically the text is also being displayed over here. So done with that. Yes, done. Thank you so much, sir.